Welcome to the waterfront, Sydney style. And I've got to say, you can't experience that magnificent icon behind me without marvelling at the fortitude and the foresight of the New South Wales Legislative Assembly of the day. And my goodness, they took some flack for it, but they forged ahead and they put Sydney on the map, and they put Australia on the map as a forward-looking country and a cultural country. It is, after all, an opera house. And the land upon which the Opera House stands, the land upon which I'm standing now, the land upon which the Legislative Assembly stands, in the words of one of the younger delegates who addressed our conference, was, and always will be, Aboriginal land. And so it was that for the opening welcoming ceremony of our conference, the Aboriginal people, the First Nations people, took centre stage with the traditional welcoming smoking ceremony. A major theme of this year's Australian and Pacific Region Conference was engagement. And one of the highlights, a session with 3 young people who'd been through the CPA Young Parliamentarians programme. They said, when you try to engage with young people, don't give them your spiel, listen.
They don't care what you have to say. They don't care what your response is. It's so irrelevant. They're trying to tell you their story. They're trying to tell you something that matters. Be there and listen.
An innovation this year was to send us out in little groups with an MP from one of the suburbs of Sydney. I went to Holsworthy with Melanie Gibbons and visited her constituency office, which is supplied by the government. Isn't it lovely? She can meet all her constituents there, and she has 3 full-time staff to help her with all her constituency work and her political work too. It's the end of October and we're well into the Australian spring, and the jacaranda trees are in blossom. Star speaker at the conference was Dr. Ranald Stewart, Professor of Government at the University of Sydney. He spoke on engaging with public policy and public servants. This is St. Juan's, by the way, but that is a eucalyptus tree.
It's pretty complicated. They're not simple people, these public servants. They're educated, they're smart, they're dangerous. They really are. And they'll appear like they're normal people. They're killers. So you've got to get inside their head and you've got to learn their language. I'm sorry, but you'll have to do this, otherwise they'll walk all over you.
And before we knew it, the conference was over and we moved for the closing ceremony back into the Legislative Assembly. I was asked to give a speech in summation at the dispatch box, which I did with relish. One of the highlights at Holsworthy, I saw a real live kangaroo hopping about. And seeing all the wildlife, the sulphur-crested cockatoos flying about, we only ever see them in cages, and those beautiful, colourful little lorikeets. I managed to get one of those on camera. There it is, in the natural habitat. You learn a lot from the speakers, but also so much from the other delegates, especially this time, because most of them were from small South Pacific Island jurisdictions. 2 major problems, for some of them overpopulation, but for a lot of them, declining population, so some salutary lessons. That's it, I'm finished. I've got the rest of the day off and I fly home tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Good day.